Oh, hi there everybody, great to be with you all again. So, next stream is on Tuesday, which is the 17th of December at 10 AM. Yeah, Christmas is almost here. So, let's see, let's get it. Hi to Alex, hi to Fadumo, hi to Human. Hi to Julia, hi to Manisco, hi to Oksana, hi to Patricia, hi to Renyard, hi there to Ronan, 215,214. Hi to Slipknot, hi to Typhor, hi to Valentine, and hi to Yuri. Several options. Which time suits you? Which time suits you? What time suits you? I think I would probably use what instead of which, but you could use you could use which. What time suits you? I would use it with what, but yes, suits you is fine. Hi there to White Stripes as well. So let's see. This is about the book Lady Chatterley's Lover. To be admitted, to be allowed in. What time suits you best? Yeah. What time suits you? Yes, Ronan. Hi, Lando. Lovely to see you. To be admitted. To be allowed into a place, or to be acceptable. Yeah. Okay. It's rather different from selling an ordinary book. How Lady Chatterley's Lover was banned and became. Yes, you're admitted to this live stream, was banned and became a bestseller. Hi to Nad Iman as well. You're not barred, you're admitted. Patricia, what a topic. Wow. So let's see. The UK publication of D.H. Lawrence's Lady Chatterley's Lover gripped the nation in 1960. It's for its time. But by 1960, no way. So, yes, Slipknot. Absolutely. Well done, Alex. It was an easy one to begin with. Writing. It's more than a writing. So, Valentine, it's a novel, or you could call it a book as well. So, yes, Julia. Good for Nad. Good for Alexander. Yeah, it was a bestseller, but later. Magnum opus. Great phrase, Yuri. I like that. Book, tome, novel, masterpiece. Novel, work. Work's a good word as well. Work for Manisco. Novel for Renyard. Novel for Human. Masterpiece for Alexander. Magazine. It's not a magazine, Nightingale. Oeuvre. Work for oeuvre. I like oeuvre from Renyard. It's best to be specific, saying novel. Novel is better. Page turner. Ethereal. In the sky. Ethereal. Maybe. Tristan Shandy by Lawrence Stern. I haven't read Tristan Shandy either. A soap opera. Chef d'oeuvre. Masterpiece. I like the word. So. Novel, very definitely. This article looks at the highly publicised trial that led to it and the rush to see what all the was about. Led to its... It's supposed to be very funny. Yes, it's definitely got funny parts because Lawrence is quite ironic when he writes. It's ban. Ban is a good word. What all the noise was about. Good words, Oksana. Hi, Sid. All the fuss was about. Yes, Human. So, Human, that's the ice cream word. Well done, Human. And well done, White Stripes as well. I'm glad you like my videos from Iraq. Unfortunately, I don't know what to call you. Ban and fuss for Lando. All the fuss. Proscription. Yeah, proscribed. It needs to be an O. Yeah. Led to its banishment. Hi Nina, normally a person is banished. Yeah, you're banished and not allowed to come back. So fuss for Nina as well. Ban and fuss for Julia. Fuss for Alexander. What all the scandal was about. Scandal is a good word. That led to its success. All the hubbub was about, okay, this trial actually did make it successful. Callback, yeah, callback to its prohibition for Human, its withdrawal, its banning. Those are good words. Economic words. That led to its release. Okay, because they won the trial. That led to its release. It's being published. And the rush to see what all the fuss was about. Until 1960, until November 1960, British people were prevented from reading Lady Chatterley's Lover by the publication of writing considered indecent and immoral. I heard one American YouTube say her channel was banished. Let's see, I guess you could. You're banished to the desert, but banned. Banned is the right word, to banish. You could, Nina, you could, but I would say I'm not very happy with it, yeah? You could use it as a neologism. The law that banned, that's better from White Stripes. Valentine goes law. The law that censored, good words, Nad. By a court that ruled, that's very nice, Alexander. That prohibited from Valentine. A ruling that prohibited, good words, Alex. Hello, Nadia. A trial that ruled by a rumpus. By a prohibition that made, good Oksana. So let's see, what was a law that stated, yeah, flummox means to confuse. You can't find an answer. I was flummoxed by the question. I couldn't find an answer. A fine. No, not a fine. A fine is money. An edict that considered, good Human. A rule that prohibited. It's good to hear you, our Iraqi friend. A decree that had that deed doesn't work for the second one. You're admitted, Yuri. You're not banished. That considered. Okay, deemed. Hi, Victor. A law that decreed. That looks pretty good, Patricia. By a law that criminalized. That criminalized. Okay, the publication. So, a law that criminalized. Laws criminalize people. The British Publishing Penguin Books wanted to the Obscene Publications Act by printing a complete edition of D.H. Lawrence's book. A committee deemed, I like that Slipknot, that's quite good. Well done, Oksana. Publishing house. House for Oksana, house for Alex, house for Renyard, house for Yuri, house for Nad. House for Julia, a publishing house. Yeah, it's a house. The publishing house. Penguin Books. Wanted to challenge a complete unabridged, good White Stripes. To scrap. Yes, Oksana. Wanted to charge. Maybe wanted to change. A publishing house. Yes, Nadia. On advanced grammar for Khan. So a house for Diddy to counter. That's the idea, but not quite, Lando. Alex for unabridged, Valentine uncensored, unabridged for Oksana. House issue, not issue. A complete original, yes, Nina. House for Alexander to break, yes, Valentine. Uncensored for Diddy. Publishing firm. Yes, normally it's a publishing house, Sid. To break the law. A complete coloured edition. To flout. Flout's a good word, Patricia. Flout the act. I like flout. To modify. To bowdlerize. That's a great word, Human. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to bowdlerize the law, although the law is allowed to bowdlerize a book. To bowdlerize is to make something acceptable to a general public by cutting out all the bits about sex. Publishing giant. To bend. Bend is a good word. Unedited for the third. Unedited is good, Alexander. Uncensored. Complete unabridged. Yes. I agree with you, Oksana. An illustrated edition, I love it. A complete uncensored. That's good, Julia. Unexpurged. Advanced grammar. Unadulterated edition. A complete corpus. A complete uncensored edition of the book. They wanted to challenge the act. To challenge. Full of pictures. Thank you, Khan. Unadulterated. Uncensored. It's uncensored. A complete uncensored edition of the book. You got challenged. Well done, White Stripes. So, let's continue. Check is fine. Yes, to refute. I'm thinking about refute. Normally to refute is to prove that something's not true. I refute what he said. The resulting trial symbolised social changes that had been under in the 2 years since World War II and demonstrated between the public and those who saw themselves as the guardians of established morals. Oh, that's so close, Oksana. The first one you deserve an ice cream for. It's not the ice cream word, but you deserve one. The gap. Been buried under the rift. The gap. These are all good words. Had been boiling under. The bridge. I like rift better. Boiling under is the ice cream word. I think ice cream's for Oksana and White Stripes there. The divide. Bubbling, yes. The dissonance between. Dissonance is a good word. The dichotomy. Dichotomy is a good word as well. Heisfeta. The incompatibility between. The discord between. So let's see. Rift. Gap. Bigger than a rift and bigger than a gap. The polarization between. The dispute between. Yes, it was boiling under. It was bubbling under. It was simmering under the surface, Nina. But this under is under the surface, is the idea. Well done, Patricia. Ice cream for Patricia. I'm pretty sure it's a gulf. I like the abyss from Oksana. I'm pretty sure Patricia's right with gulf. The cliff. The abyss. I like abyss as well. Had been building up. The abyss under. The gulf. There you go, Patricia. Ice cream for Patricia, definitely. Boiling under with... that had been bubbling under. It was bubbling rather than boiling, but that's very good. It's bubbling under the surface. In the years since World War II, I think it's actually quite good style, Alex L. That had been boiling under, that had been bubbling under. Yes, Yeah, for Lady CH. Yeah, it's going to... bubbling under, boiling under. This has been boiling under for a long time. A bubbly personality, somebody who is effervescent, is very outgoing, is very friendly and lively. Gulf for figurative use. Yeah, a gulf. You scream, we all scream for ice cream. Exuberant, bubbly. A bubbly personality is exuberant. Don't we have to say bubbling under something? It doesn't need an object, no. I think normally it is used with an object, but something that is bubbling under, it's very clear what it's bubbling under. It's bubbling under the surface of society. Buoyant. Lady Chatterley's Lover had been published privately in Italy and France in the late 1920s, but was banned afterwards by Oksana in several countries around the world, the US, Australia and Japan. No, but banned soon. Was banned. No. So aftermath doesn't quite work. Bubbly means friendly and outgoing. Was banned later, including the US, Australia and Japan. Except, no, including. Except would fit Reynard. Was banned eventually, yes. Including for the second one, yes, Julia. Banned elsewhere. Banned elsewhere in several countries around the world. Including, yes. The world. Such as, yes, Yuri, definitely. Consequently. I think subsequently is would be the right one, Patricia. Completely, including, excluding, including. It could be, except it's including. Was banned retroactively. So, banned after that. So, a very formal word for after that point. Nobody's got it close. Elsewhere. Elsewhere, no, Lando, elsewhere doesn't work. Was banned hastily. Okay, Nina, lovely to see you. So, thank you, Human. Thereafter. Well done, Human. So, Lady Chatterley's Lover had been published privately and was in Italy and France, and in the late 1920s was banned thereafter in several countries around the world, including the US, Australia and Japan. So I was Diddy. Less spam Diddy. Okay, in the years thereafter, after that point, but this kind of word, yes, we're starting to get a troll here. Be careful, Diddy. Okay, so in the years up to the trial, writers and publishers in Britain had become increasingly worried by the number of books being prosecuted for. Well done, Oksana, well done, Patricia. Following up, no, but not with that up. Okay, good for Nad. Well done, Nad. Well done, Julia. Well done, Alex. It's going to be for being prosecuted for immorality, Patricia. Yeah, immorality, coming up to, prosecuted for nudity. That would be, nudity's got to have photographs in it, Alexander. So leading up to, yes, Nadia. Obscenity, good, well done, Alex. For amorality, yes, in the years running up to, for Sid. For obscenity. For indecency. We're being prosecuted for indecency. For obscenity. For immorality. So leading up to indecency. For immorality, Sid. For obscenity, good, Renyard. Look at that, obscenity. Well done, Julia. Well done, Renyard. Well done, Alex L. Depravity. It would work as well, definitely, Human. Okay. Ice cream, yes, definitely. In an attempt to these fears, the UK's Parliament introduced a new Obscene Publications Act that promised to quell, an attempt to quell these fears. Quell is a great word. Allay is the ice cream word. Well done, Alex. To lower, to overcome is a good word, Emma. Lower doesn't, to lower these fears, to decrease these fears. Allay is the ice cream word. Well done, White Stripes and Alex. To provision for, to provide for. Well done, Oksana. Kama Sutricity. So to provide for the protection. Well done, Oksana. To provision for, provision would work as well. To put out these fears. Okay, to address these fears. Good word, Sid. To indulge these fears. No, not to indulge, because to indulge means to allow and to let them go. To allay fear is a really good word. To de-escalate these fears. That's good, Alexander. To allow for, no. To allay, to curb is a good word, Nadia. To stand, that promise to stand for the protection of literature. Yes, Valentine, to stand for the protection, it works. Provision, because it's a verb too, yes. Allay. 6.5. 6.5, Oksana. To counteract, good word, Patricia. To banish these fears, banish very definitely. To address these fears, good, Oksana. To avoid these fears, yes, Typhor. And that promise to aim for. To elude. Elude doesn't work, Julia, I'm sorry. Hi, Ludmilla. To allow for. Allow for is good, Sid. To mitigate these fears. Mitigate works very nicely, Rainyard. So, to extinguish these fears from Rani. It's a well-established collocation. To allay concerns, to allay fears. Okay, so in attempt to allay these fears, the UK's Parliament, to ameliorate these fears, it definitely fits. Yeah, to allay fears, to advocate. You see, advocate in this sentence would be to support, to advocate for the protection. Yes, advocate would work for the second one. It's a really good word, Alexander. Learn it. To allay fears, to smooth down, to make less strong, to discriminate, to disseminate. But to disseminate means to spread out, to emit everywhere. Doesn't work. The amendment, the act, the law, provided a No. Copy. I'm sorry. There we go. This amendment provided for anyone accused of publishing a book. A protection, yes, Sid. A parole. A pardon. It would be an obscene book, but yes, provided a pardon. A remedy I would accept. A vindication. A lecherous book. A lecherous book provided a protection. An immoral book. A dirty book. Well done, Alex. Look at these inverted commas. A dirty book, yes. An indulgence. Indulgence might work. A defence. Yes, Nadia. So here we go. A defence, ice cream for Nadia, and dirty book, ice cream for Alex. Yeah, so ice cream for you. Huh. Okay, so the amendment provided a defence for anyone accused of publishing a dirty book. What about a penalty? A lecherous book. Okay, it allowed them to argue. Redemption wouldn't fit. Gaudy. So it allowed them to argue that a piece of work should be published if it had literary value. Good, Oksana and Alex. Hi, Darshana. Literary value. Great to have you, Vosh. Even if the average person found its material questionable. Merit and obscene. Good words, White Stripes. Value and immoral. Good, Lando. Literary value. Material inappropriate. Good. Good. Well done, man. Material controversial. If it had literary sustenance. Literary meaning. Literary intent. Found its material vulgar. Good words, Alexander. Important. Important doesn't quite work, Alex Barryamujura. So, Alex Barry. Obscene, yes, Patricia. Unacceptable, yes, Valentine. Dubious, yes, Renyard. A literary sense, yes, Human. Literary import. Yeah. Its material offensive, yes. So, off-putting, offensive. Yeah. Merits, well done, Patricia, but well done, White Stripes. White Stripes gets an ice cream for merit, and so does Patricia for merit. Found its material shocking. Offensive. You get vanilla for merit, yes. Inappropriate, yes, Emma. Okay. Indecent, definitely. It would be material inappropriate. No, it found the material inappropriate. Not inappropriateness, it found the material inappropriate. It's right. Strawberry, Patricia. Lady Chatterley's lover was considered it a passionate relationship between an upper-class woman, Lady Constance Chatterley, and a working-class man, Oliver Mellors. Inappropriate, vulgar, as it described, good Oksana, as it follows, good White Stripes. Shocking, yes, shocking. It's considered shocking, definitely, Patricia. Controversial, as it had. Yes, Lando, it works. Controversial as it portrayed. It described. Portrayed is a good word. It described. It depicted. Good woman. Considered unscrupulous. So no, unscrupulous means not obeying the moral rules. An unscrupulous person. Unscrupulous is not right. Unscrupulous is going to the lowest common denominator. Unacceptable for Reynard, yes. It details, good White Stripes. It relates, good Patricia. Unacceptable as it tells a story, good Oksana. Considered vulgar as it describes, good Nad. As it follows, yes, Lando. Brow raising. Eyebrow, I think you need to say eyebrow raising, Alexander, but yes, as it depicts, it portrayed, good Reynard. Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling is difficult to understand, not mind-boggling. As it plotted, yes, it can be plotted because you plot a graph. As it depicts, Hi Wadas 5. Boring. Hair. Harold Bloom, I've certainly heard of him. Okay, controversial as it depicted. Controversial and depicted. Ice creams for those who got those words. Okay, it was considered controversial because it depicted this relationship between Lady Chatterley and Mellors. Now you will know in the future who Mellors is. And the novel includes words and of sex. Immoral words from Patel, graphic words. Detailed descriptions. Detailed is a good word. Scare words. It's not scare words, Valentine. You're almost there. And detailed descriptions of sex. Obscene words from Darshana and Julia. Naturalistic descriptions. Smutty words is good, and graphic descriptions. Well done, Alexander, and well done, Lando. Explicit descriptions, particularly explicit for sex. Explicit descriptions of sex. Thorough is good as well. Explicit descriptions includes dirty words, yes, and frank descriptions. Frank is a good word, Manisco. Colourful descriptions. Vulgar words, obscene words. What are they called? Vulgar words. No, I don't think anybody's had the first one. Yes, Nadia! Swear words. The novel includes swear words and explicit descriptions of sex. The word includes expletives. Swear words. But particularly notice this collocation. Explicit description of sex. Censored words. Yeah, censored words works for offensive words and frank descriptions. Good, Sid. Let's put that there and let's go to the next. Lawrence said that he hoped to sex as something that was in literature. Lawrence said that he hoped to sex as something that was in literature. No, you don't say swearing words, you say swear words. Okay. He hoped to depict sex as something that was not banned, Patricia. Depict definitely works. Not banned, the opposite. That was to portray sex as something that was pervasive. Pervasive, definitely. To portray. I like portray from White Stripes. To depict is a good word. That was substantial. I think substantial. Normal. That's the idea, Nad. Yeah, that was something that was normal in it, in literature. To portray, yes, Julia, definitely. That was needed. Yes, Oksana, needed is good. To portray something that was widespread, good word, white striped, that was appropriate, good man. To return sex as something normal in literature, innocuous, another good word from white striped, typical from believe. To show sex as something, show is a good word, Valentine, something that was appropriate, yes, Manisco. To include sex as something normal, yes, Human. To normalise sex as something that was neglected, could be, that was typical, yes, Julia, commonplace. To reintroduce it as something commonplace, I like that. I like that commonplace word from Valentine, and I like reintroduce from Alex. Something inoffensive. Hope to reclaim. Reintroduce, that's the closest we've had. Sex as something that was acceptable in literature. To depict it as something usual. Acceptable, yes, Sid. Present. To present sex as something that was appropriate, good. That was customary, good, Lando. Okay. He wanted to make the sex relations in the novel valid and precious instead of junk. Present from Pavel. Hi Pavel, good to have you. Instead of taboo, good word. Instead of shunned, yes. Obscene, definitely Patricia. Fluff, yes, fluff is very good as well, white stripes. I like taboo, I like shunned, I like obscene. Indecent for Human, yes. Instead of vulgarising them, yes, Renyard. Instead of sinful, good word, Patricia. Instead of shameful, Manisco, shameful. Instead of immoral from Darshana. Instead of vulgar from believe. Shameful from Nadia. Instead of shameful from Sid. Instead of sinful from Manish. Sinful is good. Instead of vulgar from Julia. Obscene from White Stripes. Disgusting from Alexander. Immoral from Lando. These are all good words. Instead of immoral from 1-5. Instead of scandalous, yes, believe. Instead of improper, good word, Human. Instead of shameful. Shameful, that was, instead of shame, that was Manisco who started that, shameful. Yeah, so well done. I think ice creams for Manisco, for Nadia, and for Sid. And for Manish here as well. Shameful instead of shameful. Instead of being abashed by Amin. Yeah. Ignominious. Ignominious is going to be now. Instead of uncouth. I'm glad you like the topic, Patricia. In 1960, Penguin was ready to... Manisco gave you a hint. Yeah, he really got there. Was ready to oppose. Let's see, appeal against. But to oppose this, to challenge. That's very good, Renyard. To enact. No, the government enacts a law. To challenge, good white stripes. To fight. Yes, Oksana. It's only the government can withdraw it. To license doesn't work, Pullman. To argue against, to oppose, good word, Manish. To protest against, it's got to be challenge. Only the government can rescind it, and only the government can act the law. Was ready to test the Obscene Publications Act. Licentious, which could be used to describe this book. I like licentious. They printed this book to test what would happen. They, Penguin Books, wrote to the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecutions, and that they would be publishing an version of the book. To overlook, to ignore, pasar por el forro, yes. And warned, yes, Oksana, the public prosecutor, and stated that, good Reynard, and unabridged, good Oksana, and said, good Lando, and uncensored, good Lando. And D.H. Lawrence, unfortunately, was dead by that time. An unabridged version, an original version, good Yuri, claimed. No, they stated and explained that would work, Sid, and warned that they would be publishing an original, an authentic, good word, Valentine and Reynard, and emphasised, yes, Amin, and emphasised, because they want them to know it very clearly, an old version, yes, Sid, DPP and Proctors, yeah, wow. An uncensored version, declared good and unedited, good Alexander, advised that, good Alex, and confirmed, yes, Alex Barry, and warned, well done Manish, an unabridged version, an uncut version, and illustrated again, and begged to differ, honourable, doesn't work either, a true version, I guess, as well, an original version, they warned that it would be an uncensored version. Yes, Julia. An acceptable version. An original version. And declared is good, Pavel. Okay, they declared that they would be publishing an original, unexpurgated. Unexpurgated works quite well. It's a bit formal, but it works. It's a great word, unexpurgated. An uncensored version of the book. Okay, we ought to stop. You were right, Manish. Yeah, you deserve an ice cream for that one, Manish. And in August that year, Reginald Manning Buller, God, look at that name, the chief legal to the Crown, read the first 4 chapters of the novel while travelling on a boat train to Southampton. Advisor, legal counsel, advisor. I like legal counsel better, but it isn't the right one, unfortunately. Nah, it's a very good one. The chief legal representative for Lando, yes. Advisor for Alexander, Human for advisor, legal advisor for Sid and Patricia. In charge. The chief legal in charge. Not quite, I mean. The chief legal censor. I like the word censor. Counsellor for White Stripe, advisor, chief legal counsel for Manish as well, advisor for Nadia, the legal senior for Manisco, counsel for Julia, consultant, aide for Human, prosecutor, advisor, officer. It could have been officer, chief legal advisor. I think officer is better than advisor, by the way. Alex L. And let's put that there. Official says, advisory. He wrote to the DPP legal proceedings against Penguin. Overtime, yes, we're definitely in overtime. I think there are only 2 questions left. Advisor to the Crown, but officer to the Crown. No, officer to the Crown works very nicely. Regarding legal proceedings. Regarding's quite nice, but it's not quite what they mean. Great to have you, Kekdeb. Considering, questioning, Arraigning would be an ing. Amine. Pending. Prohibiting, it's the opposite. Requesting, I think requesting is best so far from Valentine. Following. Preempting. Rescinding, it's the opposite, White Stripes. Approving. Demanding, requesting, insisting on, these are good. Demanding, concerning, okay. Requiring, yeah. Approving the, yes, that's it, Manish. And this is the very last one. Demanding, yes, Typhel, definitely. I hope you get a, he said. So he's saying, I hope you were successful. Requesting, yes, Pavel, definitely. I hope you get a, so, a sentence. But what comes before the sentence are White Stripes? A pardon. No, this is the legal representative of the DPP. This is the state prosecutor. A hearing. A verdict. An STD. A verdict. And what type of verdict, Oksana? A hearing. A trial. A ruling. What type of ruling? A win. Yes, but get compensation. Post-traumatic stress disorder. A reprieve. A reprieve would be the opposite. I hope you get a ban. That's the idea. I hope you get a, but win. So if you're a victory. But if you're prosecuting, then a victory is a result, a prohibition. Prohibition, that's it, Alexander. A conviction. I hope you get a conviction, he said. I hope you get a conviction. That's enough for today. So, yeah, you got some extra today, very definitely. So, let's see, next stream is on Tuesday. A condemnation, a conviction, it's a conviction. Yes, you got one, Alexander. Tuesday, the 17th of December at 11 AM UK time. It's been great having you. Thank you for coming, Julia. Thank you, Manisco. Bye-bye, Yuri. Thank you, Alex L. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you, Oksana. So let me get this right now. It's been great to have you, Renyard. So thank you to Alex Baryama. So, Alex Amujura. Alex Barry. Thank you to Alex L. Thank you to Alexander Suvov. Thank you to Amin Nabil. Thank you to Darshana. Thank you to Human. Thank you to Julia. Thank you to Kekded. Thank you to Lando. Thank you to Ludmilla. Thank you to Manisco. Thank you to Manish. Thank you to Nariman. Thank you to Oksana and Pavel and Renyard. Thank you to Sid and Typhor and Valentine. Thank you to Wadas5. Thank you to Yuri and thank you to White Stripes. It's been great having you all. Thank you all for coming. It's been a pleasure. So take care and look after yourselves, and I hope to see you all on